Our next speaker, Delphine Baker, is the director of the Mandan, Hidatsa, and Arikara Interpretive Center, a cultural epicenter dedicated to education, preservation, and retention, and revitalization of the Mandan, Hidatsa, and Arikara nations' language, culture, and historical perspective. This facility exhibits living histories representing the community and traditional values of the MHA people's past, present, and future. As the MHA's Interpretive Center director, she has had the prime responsibility for the construction and development of the new Interpretive Center as the owner's perspective. Delphine is a member of the Mandan, Hidatsa, and Arikara Nation. Her native name is Akagawiya, given to her by maternal grandmother, Mercy Walker. Please welcome Delphine to the podium.
Dosha, Nachpaga O, Mabi Zagids, Mead Zagagawiya. I said hello, all my relatives. Today is a good day. And my Indian name is Birdwoman. As you were told, I'm the director of the MHA Interpretive Center. And this Interpretive Center has been a long time coming for our tribe. We're a small tribe. We have 17,000 members of our tribe. About half live on the reservation. We're from up in North Dakota. We have quite the love-hate relationship with the United States, you know, as colonization came through, and but we, like everybody else's story, we're survivors. And I'm going to have them go ahead and show you a video of our grand opening of the Interpretive Center, which we just opened last May of 2021. Dosha, Nachbaga O, Mabi Zagid. Hello, all our people. It's a good day today.
We're going to go into a ribbon cutting here. If we could have our council members, and we get a nice photo here.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go! Yeah, go to Awesome, guys!
Awesome. This is a wonderful time, and let's enjoy ourselves. Open doors are open, and let's go check out this beautiful event center.
This was a vision of Scott Eagle, and he worked on it with Denby Deegan, and they're both gone now. But we're so grateful because I'll tell you, I feel their spirit. I feel them wanting this happen for our people. And even though they're on the other side, they're rooting for us, I know that. This place belongs to all our tribal members. We can come back and be here and celebrate who we are as people. We never really had one spot for that, and now we do.
My mom told me a lot about the Interpretive Center and how it kind of varied around all our tribal nations, and when I finally got to go through, I almost started crying because listening to all these old recordings that we don't really have access to anymore just made my heart happy.
Awesome, beautiful. As I said, greatly relieved. Long time coming.
This is a masterpiece, to be quite honest with you. The people don't realize how tough to do a curved wall is to make the electronics sit in there perfect. The Interpretive Center should be proud.
If you look at a long-term facility such as this, we're talking generations and generations of individuals of our tribal membership that are going to be able to learn from this.
It's good to see the book come to life, the material come to life, all the stuff I've read and went through, like the maps, now they're here. What our ancestors would say, I think they would be very proud of this place.
When you talk about long game, you're talking about this building as a manifestation. It has a spirit now. It's an elder, right? This thing is a living being. And this building is a living representation and manifestation of your ancestors' dreams.
Everybody has a closet at home with all their artifacts that were handed down to them. And it was like the ancestors brought our tribal members here, and that's how we got artifacts in our vitrines representing the Mandan, the Hidatsa, and the Arikara. That grand opening was the epitome of what we've done all these years, the steering committee, everybody involved in this project. When the people came here and they looked and they seen the facility, they were wowed. We got the reaction that we were looking for, and things are going great. So right now we're just doing temperature controls for our archives, and those things will go towards our accreditation that we want to get with the American Association of Museums.
This is the first facility of its kind here at the Interpretive Center, and we want to have the ability to be able to house goods, material collections. And so people can bring in material culture and they can house it in the repository, but they can clarify whether or not it can be for public consumption, whether it can be for public education purposes, or whether or not they just want us to house it, keep the item safe, and have restricted access, meaning that only family members would be able to view said item and the archivist, which would be myself.
This facility is an educational facility. We've already had schools coming through. We've gotten wonderful views from people, and we're actually getting international inquiries about people wanting to come.
You'll find that a lot of items and collections are housed nationwide. And unfortunately, there isn't one central hub where MHA items are being housed. And so part of my job as archivist is to act as liaison between the Interpretive Center and these other institutions, to build relationships so that we can push toward repatriation of items, we can get digitized materials back here, but I think our long-term goal is for repatriation.
That long game philosophy is kind of carrying it through our careers, like we're eating well so we can play music longer, so we can pass down longer, so we can produce music.
They say that us guys were the oral tradition and stuff like that. Now we have recording equipment. Now we have, state-of-the-art studio in the basement. Now we, can document this and make videos and other plays about language, culture, and other customs that we have as Mandan, Hidatsa, and Arikara people.
It's sad to see some of us losing our cultural way of life. So I'm hoping that this is just the beginning to bring back maybe our language and our beliefs and our cultural ways of life.
Through the way that they had built just the inner structure of the Earth Lodge, and then adding these lights to it, it just creates this energy and this feel of the contemporary and the old bringing together and what we are as a people now.
Keeping our culture alive, our history, our stories, our songs, our language. I think it all starts here in this building.
How can I contribute to the long game? How can I contribute to my tribe? How can I contribute to the language and culture? It's something that, I literally ask myself every day.
To see some of these things that are brought back by the families and donated from the families, they're 200 years old. This is just vibrant, beautiful colors. The culture, it's ingrained in this building with the architecture, the colors. I mean, it is really awesome.
So just a little bit about the building. The sculpture, tribal member Kathy Whitman, the few chiefs, has a coffee shop, gift shop. This is the part where I kind of geek out a little bit, but this is going to be the second net zero building in North Dakota. The chairman talked about a finite resource. This building will never have to be an electrical bill. It actually is going to produce more energy than it uses. And DSUW is just so proud to be a part of that energy design as well as the design of this building.
It's all falling to place according to the business plan. We've got our room rentals, we're starting to make money. People are coming into our museum, they're coming to our coffee shop, they're going to our gift shop, we're making sales.
Long game, or I like the term as investment. This is an investment for the future, for our generations to come, for our people. Going to serve a number of purposes, not just tourism, not just inviting people to come and see something and spending money and helping our economy, but really important to teach. We're going to teach. Our people will learn who we are, where we come from, and where we're going. And that's really critical, and I'm so happy about that.
And if you look at the staff, we're all really young. We're all people who are just incredibly overly optimistic. We're people who don't really think about what if it can't be done? And we're people who are going to get it done.
Yeah, on behalf of the staff here, I guess I'm the oldest and probably the wisest or dumbest, I don't know which, but they put up with me for a few weeks anyway to get ready for this building, this opening. But on behalf of all of these young, beautiful people here that are her staff, and I'm so happy that she has a young, beautiful staff, because you kids are the ones that are going to take this forward now. In memory of Scott and all of us, we're not going to be here someday, Delphine and I, but you kids are going to build on this now, and I wish you good luck, and I hope that it's even better. You've got a beautiful building to work with. It took our lifetime to get it, so now it's your lifetime to fill it, okay?
It means that our culture and our stories of who we are, where we come from, is going to stay alive. And when I'm gone, there'll be a whole set of young people running this place, and they will know all the work that was done prior. I want people to come here to learn about our culture, our environment, and the social gatherings of our people, because I want them to learn about our tribe and our tribal history, and I want them to be able to see us for who we really are. Thank you. So it's been almost a year since we've been in operation, and it's really been a labor of love. Like I said before, it's been a long time coming. The idea was, there was people before me. I come here in the last 10 years to resurrect the project, and I was the lucky one that got to see it over the edge to where it's built now, and it's a reality. And I'm really, really grateful that I got to be that person. So our Interpretive Center means a lot to our people, and all of our tribal members that have came and looked, it just touched their heart. I mean, a lot of people cried when they went through there because it tells our story from the beginning of our beginning is we're on original lands, and so we have, like they were talking about Genesis. First, we talk about our stories in the beginning, or our land in the beginning, and then the next we talk about our Genesis stories, our beginning stories. And they were showing you those vitrines with the different artifacts in there. Those artifacts actually came from tribal members' homes, because, you know, we're just trying to open up and put something on display. We didn't get any loans from a museum, but we truly got that stuff from our people, because everybody, like I was saying, everybody has what was handed down to them from their grandmother. And I have, in the Interpretive Center, under the Hidatsa vitrine, is a war shirt, and it's from my great-grandfather. And it's a war shirt. If you've seen it, it was, it's leather, and it's got quill work on it. And that quill work is bright orange, just like that lady's shirt or coat over there. It's still bright, and it's from 1953. I mean, that is just amazing. But now we have a place to put those things so we know that they can get preserved, because a lot of times families abandon homes and stuff gets lost in those homes, and that home over time gets pummeled, and then our cultural stuff, items are gone. And the Interpretive Center is really, first we had to show that it could make some money so we could sustain the staff we needed to have our museum and our collections, and so we have a kitchen, and we have a coffee shop and a gift shop. And so those are kind of, you know, operational management things that I had to get going in the beginning, and then we do have a historian. He's going to be a PhD soon when he finishes dissertation, and so he's helping me with the collections and archives. But we wanted this to be a place where our people can come and feel good about who they are, and to be able to feel proud about their culture. And because in North Dakota, we haven't had a place where we could feel good about who we are. We're always trying to stand our ground and say, hey, we're the Native Americans here. This is our original lands, not yours. You know, because the state of North Dakota constantly wants to fight our tribe over the river bottom lands. We're river bottom people. We lived amongst the Missouri River. And so somebody else earlier was talking about the ancestors wanting, the ancestors coming forth and wanting these things. I truly, too, believe our ancestors wanted this Interpretive Center to happen, and it couldn't have happened at a better time, because at the time our tribe was actually having legal issues with the state of North Dakota over the river bottom. And everything we did in here was researched and backed up. I had a steering committee. We did a lot of work. Before any dirt was turned over, we were doing research and putting our story together, talking to our elders, our steering committee, and it's all tribal members. It's all us telling our story, not somebody studying us and then telling our story. It's what we told, what we learned from our grandparents that was taught on to us. And this is also, in the beginning, you've seen those, I call them the Fox Society members. See, we have clanships on our reservation, and our clanships are very much alive today. And so we have the Fox Society and Antelope Society and the Blackmouth Society. those societies are alive today, and they were all dancing into that grand entry when we were opening our interpretive center. And so our culture, we live our culture every day out there in North Dakota, and we're very proud of it. And I'm so excited about this interpretive center. Since we've opened, we got to have a class on how to make burden baskets. We haven't had anybody make burden baskets on our reservations, I bet, in about 75 years. And I've heard of other people do it, but this lady came and she remembers, she's a tribal member, she remembered how her grandma taught her, and she resurrected it. And so we had a class at the Interpretive Center last summer. And so we made burden baskets there, and then my staff comes, and because we're right on the shore of Lake Sakakawea there on our reservation. And my staff came and showed me a picture of the seashore right when they got done, because they were taking pictures. Those baskets were beautiful too. There were 7 eagles on the shore of our lake, right outside our interpretive center, and I was just like, oh my gosh, that was our ancestors telling us this is where we need it to be. We're finally getting there, and I'm so thankful for that. And we have a lot of plans. I mean, I have a young staff, and I'm really excited about that because, like we talked about that, they're going to carry it on, they're going to fill it up. I mean, this building is like, it should be good for at least 75 years, and if we keep it up, it should go longer than that, you know. And we've got a solar field for energy and geothermal heating and cooling, and I've got the vortex fire suppression system, and so we've got the rooftop garden, and so we're going to do we're going to start food sovereignty, and so we're going to do a huge garden out in the ground out there, and then plant some different things on the roof, because we do have a state-of-the-art kitchen. And I have some excellent cooks that we cook a lot of elk and buffalo, whether it's soups or roast, and if you rent a room from us and have we always wanted to have these rooms rented, and then you could have your family reunion outside or inside, and we could cater the food. And so we have or you have a meeting, we have squash and buffalo and fry bread and berry pudding, all from our tribe as part of the menu. And people love that. They come out there, and every Tuesday is Taco Tuesday. Of course, it's Indian Taco Tuesday. And the other thing I wanted to share with everybody, what you didn't get to see in the film, was that we really had a lot of fun with that coffee shop. We named all our drinks from different sites within our tribe. And there's a place called Independence. So there's a drink called Independence, and there's let me see, Little Shell. There's a drink called Little Shell, and stuff like that. And then you can get this energy drink, I think at Starbucks or somewhere, where it's a espresso shot or whatever. And in our language, we named that Ni Shub, which means hurry up. So I mean, there's a lot of fun things to this, and it's been really, really exciting. It's a lot of hard work, but it's worth it. And right now we're teaching our kids how to go through museums, because a lot of our children don't get a chance to go to museums, and so they don't even know how to act in them, or so we're like, okay, now put your hands by your sides, and so we're talking to them about that, but they like that. They're starting to find out who they are as kids. It's better. I want them to learn to be a warrior, not a rapper. I mean, that's not our culture. That's somebody else's culture, but not ours. And, and the kids like that. The kids are, they're coming through, and we've really got a long ways to go, but I'm just really grateful to be able to come here, and I want to thank Joe Horse Capture for inviting me. And I met Joe on my journey to get the Interpretive Center developed. When he was in Minnesota, I met him, and I was talking about, we're going to get an Interpretive Center built, and he was kind of giving me some advice about building. Well, make sure you get all these things, and like the fire suppression, look at all the build it right, you know, and I really took heart to that and thought a lot about that stuff, and so I thank you for that. And I'm really grateful to be here, and thank you.
That presentation really makes me realize I'm going to have to do a serious road trip. First from here to First Americans Museum, then up to North Dakota. So thank you. Thank you. What a phenomenally impressive facility. So thank you.